Okay. Well, I guess it'll be idea generator. Okay. Should I say hi?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hi there.
Idea generator.
This is James. This is going to be our first podcast for something called the Idea Generator. And let's introduce everybody at the start here. This is going to be easy to do. Hi, Michael.
Oh, hello there. I'm Michael.
And what do you do?
So I am a farmer. I have farm animals, and I have a whole farm laid out before me. So that's what I do.
Oh, so you're like looking out at the farm right now?
Yeah, I am. Well, looking out the window, and I see, my cows and my pigs, all kinds of animals just lined up, and I take care of them. That's what I do.
Are they all just staring at you right now?
No, that would be really weird, but no, they're just, doing their thing, like kind of, one of them's eating grass and drinking water. You know how animals are.
Great. And then we have John over here. Say your hello.
Hello. Hi. My name's John.
Hi. And what do you do?
I work in real estate in the LA area, Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles. That's a good area. That's in Nebraska.
No, that's California.
California.
Yeah, Los Angeles, California.
Oh, okay.
Not the other. Yeah.
Have you never been to Los Angeles, Nebraska?
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's different.
Beautiful.
It's different though. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Well, my name is James. Again, I said who I was earlier. My occupation. Whoa, I hit the
calm
thing
down
there. I got excited. Wiffle bats. I drill the holes in those.
Oh,
In the balls or the bats?
bats or balls?
Yes,
Both of them?
both.
Ooh,
Both. Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. I used to be just the balls. But then the other guy died because he drilled too hard. And I took over his role. For now. So.
Huh. That's pretty cool. Did you go to school for that?
Only like 7 years for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to really know like how to drill, and boy, do I know how to drill. Speaking of which, so we are here to give you ideas. We know that everyone's kind of at this point in our world, everyone is kind of locked up in their house and not doing a whole lot. Some people are going out and doing things, but a lot of people are trapped in the house. So we figured that anyone that's listening that wants to be a writer or be a filmmaker or anything like that, or be a video game designer, anything like that, if you wanted to get some ideas without having to think of anything, you can listen to us and you can get all your ideas and everything will be good to go, and it's going to be wrapped up in a neat little package. We are going to be later on down the road going to be randomly generating different like genres and styles of things, depending on which category, from movies, TV, games, a bunch of different things. And we're going to try to randomly generate things where we can come up with random ideas and kind of come up with ideas on the spot about those randomly picked things. Does that sound about right, guys?
Yeah, that sounds right to me. I was just thinking as you were talking that I wish I had an idea generator for my life, just to help me in general, like be helpful.
What would you randomly generate? Different types of cows that you can,
Oh yeah, because the cows, they're always, messing around with the pigs, and it's just a mess sometimes. So, I could use the help.
Yeah. Well, I hope that your life changes for the better and you get a random generator for your cows and pigs, horses, farm, all that. So normally we would do all that where we kind of spin the wheel and we will kind of get things at random. This time we're going to actually start off with something that's a little bit closer to us. Now, quite a few years ago now, during a ride where we had some alcohol inside of us, we came up with a nugget of an idea. And at this point, many years removed from it, we have no idea what any of that stuff was. So we are going to restart all of it, basing it off of the same title that we had initially. And that name is by far one of the stupidest things that I know of, but it's still funny to me. Everyone knows the Terminator movies, where you have Arnold Schwarzenegger being that cool robot guy, and him saying that he'll be back, right? This is actually not that. This is going to be called Turd Man Ate Her. And to spell that out for you, it's TURD space MAN space ATE space.
Is it a space, not a dash?
Oh no, this is all spaces.
Okay.
Yeah. Each word is separated by 6 feet. And yeah. So.
Wait, how do you spell the last word?
Her. That is HER. Thanks
Okay.
for
Yeah,
making
just
sure,
making sure.
that we have all that stuff written out and everything's all good. It is Turd Man Ate Her. So that's kind of the start of it. I already picked out these things before the recording, and we have it as a thriller action horror. The setting is going to be in the sewers. Now, in the future and in this episode as well, the setting is not necessarily the only setting that it can be in. It's actually going to be in. That's just kind of like the start of it, or like the nugget of information that you have. So it's not going to necessarily always take place in a sewer. Like you can go out and you can do things, but that's kind of where Turd Man comes from. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I guess the first thing to do is to describe the wonderful Turd Man. So who would like to talk about Turd Man?
I was kind of wondering if it was the actual size of like a normal turd, or if it was a larger, like, man size.
Oh.
You know, in my head, I've always kind of imagined him as a giant hulking, like kind of in the same frame as Arnold Schwarzenegger, just a lot like dumpier and
Almost like he's made of mud or something, like a giant, like, mound of, like, brown chunks or brown,
exactly
smooth brown parts.
You know, like if we had, like, you know, the part in Predator when he puts mud on his face. It's basically that, except without him there. So I think that's what I would I mean, like, right? Because he would be big, unless you guys feel like he should be small. Do you think?
No, yeah, I'm
Okay.
I mean, could we watch him, like, maybe, well, yeah, maybe watch him grow?
Oh.
Well,
No, maybe not. No,
So-
maybe he just starts off as, yeah.
He starts
Well, I
as
mean,
a
when
turd
you
boy.
inject like the idea of it being in a sewer, the first thing that also comes to mind is that he probably has his own, like, splinter, or it's splinter, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he probably has like another, like, you know, old turd doctor or something that's under in the sewers.
Training.
Yeah, and he's like, Turd Man, you must be a better man, or something. I don't know. But it's just like a training montage. So
Yeah. Maybe he went to a certain part of the sewer to find his trainer or whatever, or the trainer is the trainer also turd, or is he?
I don't know. He could be a turd, or he could just be like, what else is in the sewer? A giant rat?
There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the sewer.
Maybe they found Turd Man, and they originally were just playing with it, thinking it was just a normal turd. But yeah, they decided to train it, and I guess they couldn't think it was a normal turd if it looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, though.
Yeah.
Do we know why how he came to be Turd Man? Did we go figure that out yet? Or
You know what? I was wondering if we should do something where I was kind of thinking where it could have been like some sort of accident, in a laboratory, like either a nuclear reactor or something, and like the plumbing pipes got mixed up for the water to cool down the nuclear reactor, and just as something was going on and the nuclear reactor was overheating, they kind of threw a switch and a turd got diverted to the nuclear reactor and just went right into the
To add to that, so what if the poop or the turd, sorry to be more on brand here, so the turd goes down the pipelines through the reactor area and it gets radiated, right? But where did the poop come from? Did it? I want to posit this idea of having the poop come out, and then I know we already have, this is like a crossover for the ages, right? We have the Ninja Turtles already, but what if sitting on the toilet was not only Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it was Arnold Schwarzenegger's character from Twins, and he drops his turd amongst the toilet, and then it falls down and it goes past through the radioactive area, and then when it comes out, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger from Twins poop in a sewer being trained by Ninja Turtles. Does this work?
Yeah, I think that's definitely, and at some point it would be cool if Arnold Schwarzenegger came face to face, or maybe he was actually the Arnold Schwarzenegger was the bad guy in the end or something, and kind of an ironic, not ironic, but Star Wars kind of twist where the turd has to go after its.
And he says, "I am your farter."
Yes, and then something that he could say too, of like Arnold could say something like, I'm gonna flush you again. Like there's so many different ways to get rid of a poop, and I think that Arnold Schwarzenegger will know how to get rid of a poop. So if you put him into the end of the story, I think that's probably going to be the best way to end it. Essentially, is to have him do that. So speaking of which, though, we should probably talk about catchphrases, because like if Terminator says "I'll be back," what would the Turd Man equivalent be? I'll be crap.
I'll be brown.
I'll be brown. Yeah.
I come from crack.
These are all good. Yeah.
I come from crack. And then what other kind of catchphrases does he have? He has "I'll be back." Well,
hasta la vista, baby.
Maybe nice. Yeah, hasta la vista.
Hasta la caca, baby.
Oh yeah, hasta.
Hasta la cita? I don't know, because you're sitting on a seat. I don't know.
Seat, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I see a lot of Sarah Connor phrases. I'm not.
Okay, well, what's a Sarah Connor quote or thing? What is the first one that you see?
Oh no, hold on a second. The first one I see is what have we got? And Kyle Reese says, mothballs, corn syrup, and ammonia. So maybe.
Oh,
I love that.
It's a
quote.
classic line.
Everyone remembers that line.
Yeah. That's just iconic. Whenever you think of that movie.
Whenever you think of that movie.
What do we got? Mothballs, corn syrup, ammonia. What's for dinner?
Mothballs. So we have Turd Man Ate Her, or Turd Man, and he is training for something underground with his montage, right? So we have to have kind of like a split back and forth. So we have Turd Man Ate Her down there, and we have to have our human equivalent. So we have to have an audience surrogate. So someone that goes to the movie, they need to ask the questions about Terminator. So who is the audience surrogate? Who is our Sarah O'Connor? Is it Sarah Connor? Sarah O'Connor. Sarah Connor.
Yeah. Oh.
Just Connor, right? I don't know.
I think it's
for
Connor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Connor.
So we have to have some. So do you think that she would be somebody that could possibly be in the field of, is she like a, is there such thing as like a fecal doctor? What is
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Well, what about the butt doctors, proctologists?
Oh, she's a proctologist. Yes. That's a word, not fecal doctor.
A doctor that just looks through feces. Is that what you're thinking?
Yep. This is shit.
This is
Like,
also
it's not
shit.
even doesn't even study any kind of other biomatter. Just yeah.
Yeah, don't you guys watch CSI? That happens all the time. They take a lump to the fecal doctor, and they're like, "Tell us what this is," and he's like, "Let me sift through it." Yep, it's shit.
They definitely had corn.
So does Turd Man come out of the sewer? I mean, does he emerge out of the sewer like because that would change who could be our surrogate or our
Well, I mean, he comes out of the sewer for sure. I would say that maybe the sewer has like restorative properties. So if he was up on the surface, you know, and he's like walking down the street, and then a cop tries to shoot him or something like that, and like, you know, something happens to him.
It just kind of like
Yeah.
just gets wet, and then like it just fills the hole just fills itself in. And maybe yeah.
I guess it depends. First off, we should probably say the consistency of his sheen. Is he firm?
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid log, I imagine.
Okay, so he's not like slimy and slick. He's just kind of a turd.
He could be a little slimy and slick, maybe.
Okay.
It's gonna be a wet one.
Okay, so I imagine if he gets shot, it just kind of creates holes, and then you just see like the dripping sludge coming down. I'll just say sludge from now on. It sounds a lot less crude. But yeah, if he gets shot, he can like hop down the manhole, and just kind of like roll around in
Yeah.
and it just kind of fills up the holes again.
I just like how he has to like jump down back into his sewer, and I guess he picks up other like, you know, other turds or whatever kind of garbage is. Or he just rolls around to make like kind of like a piece of clay or something, like you're trying to smooth out a piece of clay.
He's like Clayface from
I
Batman.
like that.
Yeah, but like I was thinking too, like if you watch the first Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger like gets hurt a few times, and you just see his, like, you know, he cuts open his face and there's like all that stuff, and then at one point he like burns off his eyebrows, and like his eyebrows are gone. So it would be funny if like Turd Man, when he rolls around, and it's like in my head it's like a gentle roll. You know, it's just a circular sewer, and he just like lays down and just kind of like rocks back and forth, and it just kind of seeps in and fills in. But like those holes that were shot into him are different colors of different types of refuse and just disgustingness. So it just kind of shows his scars, you know?
Yeah, sounds good.
And what if he like if he's on the streets and he's near a garbage can and he really needs something, he can just kind of rummage through for like a diaper and just pull that out and start smearing it on himself.
So could he like maybe get I don't know, maybe get power from stealing?
And like bird poos too, like he looks up at the sky and tries to catch a bird poo on his face so he can like get more power that way.
Yeah, like he just kind of collects it, and then he just kind of he's growing. Maybe that's what the proctologist is trying to stop, is from him getting too big, because maybe before all the training he's kind of like a small little turd. He's just a little nugget. Right, just a little nug.
Yeah.
And he's just like hopping around, splish splashing. But then the Ninja Turtles, you know, Donatello's like, whoa, look at him, he's growing with the poop. And so he keeps getting bigger and bigger. And finally he ventures out to go seek more. But now he's just kind of power hungry, because I think that's where the horror aspect can come in. Because to remind you guys, this is supposed to be a horror movie.
Yeah, that's
So
right. That kind of reminds me of maybe like the Blob
Hmm.
keeps getting bigger, and they have to stop
yeah,
it maybe,
that's good.
and
oh man, I hope this doesn't end in a like a movie theater, just it filled with just so much shit.
but is it still like no matter how big it gets, is it still in the shape of Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It is, yes, 100%. And if he's in the movie theater, it's just him like hunched over inside of the movie theater. It's just this giant shit formed Arnold Schwarzenegger. Uh, um, okay, so what's a good name for the proctologist?
Um, hmm.
Dr. Doodoo.
Do-
Doctor.
Dr. Doodoo. It's French. It's D-U-D-U. Doodoo. Doodoo.
Yeah, he's a French guy.
What's
He twisted.
what? How do you say? Maybe we could make it like well, I was thinking trying to find a different language words for doo doo, but something maybe it sounds a little romantic and people don't know what it is, you know. And then they look up. I wonder what that name. I've never heard that name before. And then they look it up. They think it's just some like something. Yeah.
There's just like theories circling around this movie when it comes out. It's just like, oh my god, what is this person's name? I have to know. Let's say Dr. Doodoo. I like Dr. Doodoo. So Mike, you said that it's a he. So it's could you paint a picture for us?
Yeah, he's got a big mustache and that's it.
Like so does he typically wear any clothes of any kind, or is it just the mustache? And does the mustache go down?
Yeah, I guess
into-
so. He wears like a regular, doctor's or a lab coat or whatever doctors wear,
Okay, like yeah, okay.
with
so
the
he's-
stethoscope around his neck.
Do you have an age group?
Um,
Well, how about this? Who would you hire to dream actor? Who would it be?
let me think.
Keep in mind we have Arnold Schwarzenegger already, and that's kind of part of the budget. So I need to make sure that it's not somebody super famous.
How about Danny DeVito?
Well, they have worked together, so it does kind of work.
Yeah.
I can see him running around, trying to
He was
chase.
Predator.
He was Predator. Yeah, Danny DeVito was Predator. Yeah.
Yeah, because his name is Danny DeVito, 2Ds, and it's Dr. Doodoo, which is also 2Ds. So it actually ends up making sense.
That is very.
Double
that is,
D.
I didn't even
yeah.
mean to do that either. So
Okay. Well, so Double Doodoo. So he has a love interest. Because we need to have some type of romance for the ladies. So they have something to enjoy while the guys are cheering on the mayhem of shit. John, what can you tell us about Dr. Doodoo's love interest?
Well, it would be what if it was one of the Ninja Turtles? And they don't realize that the monster they created, so it's kind of like maybe there's kind of a romantic clash between Dr. Doodoo and I don't know, one of the Ninja Turtles where you made him.
you want him in love with the turtles and not April?
What?
Remember April?
Oh, that's right. April was, yeah, I guess so. I guess it could be her, yeah.
If you want, I mean.
That's right. I forgot about her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe she kind of that could be. She doesn't know what she made, and he got so big that she doesn't recognize what he is.
Wow.
Maybe.
This is really good.
And
So does she look like April still? Is it the same April or?
I guess so. I don't remember what she looks like though. Let me
She was redhead, I think.
Didn't
Right?
she wear like yellow stuff?
Yeah.
let me see here.
So you said like there would be like some type of like clash of like class.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I kind of jumped. I'm jumping ahead a little bit too much here. Oh, I know what she looks like now. Yeah, that could be. But nah, because then why was she in the sewer anyway? You know, did she ever go down in the sewer?
She probably did, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
she
maybe
down
that
there
was
for
like
sure.
she was hanging out with the turtles and they taught her something.
Mm.
And then she was like, she sneaks away every now and then.
To
And
go.
that's where to go, you know, with her deal, with her deal.
So she's kind of playing both sides, and if any other one knew that the other one was involved with the other one would get in trouble. So this is kind of like a
Oh yeah,
this is kind of like a
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like going to be a love triangle thing. That's
well, it's
not
kind of like
I don't know.
a Romeo and Juliet kind of story.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cool. No, this is good though. I like that like idea. Okay, so we have Turd Man Ate Her. He's down there just kind of doing his thing. He's training. He's coming up, and he realizes that he can kind of absorb all the power and he can do all that stuff. Meanwhile, you have like the kind of love affair. What found or I was gonna say Danny DePoo. Dr. Doodoo. He had his. What is he trying to do? So is he trying to just stop him from growing, or is there some type of ulterior motive?
He sees the potential in it, and he's trying to stop him from becoming too big because he knows he can take over the world. If he keeps collecting everyone's poo and becoming bigger, then he's going to be too big.
Okay.
I was wondering how he first comes to like see. Did we go over that? How the doctor first comes to see that this thing's out there, or maybe like, what if Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but the Turd Man came into his office because he was feeling weird, and then there's like a moment where the doctor realizes like, oh my gosh, I can't take a specimen from you because you are the specimen.
No, he does it like this. He's like, as he's talking to him, he's like, you know what? You're full of shit. No, you are actually full of shit.
No, that's yeah. I think that's about right.
The specimen one. I think that's a very good tagline. I can't take a specimen from you. Are the specimen like that would be the G-rated one that you would see like everywhere in the theaters, but people back home with like their own copies and stuff, they're gonna print out their own DVDs and it's gonna say the full of shit version because there's gonna be we're probably gonna have to release it in two different types, like a hard R and then like a PG version. Because we got to get the people that like the Ninja Turtles to watch this movie because I think it's important. Okay, so you got all those people and they're all kind of working together. So that's all the setup. So we need like the big thing that gets things. So what would be like the mecca of poo for Turd Man? So like, what is the goal? Like what is he trying to do so that it's like, okay, well, we definitely need to stop him because we need him to do that now.
Well, does
I don't know because
No, I don't know. Does he have a nemesis that he's trying to go against, or is it just he starts to realize his own powers and then starts to abuse it, and then realize he, I don't know, is his own enemy or something?
Yeah, that's deep. He's getting into some deep shit. So I think he probably could get to that point of kind of that self-realization of I need to change, but he's like so far gone that he just keeps going. But is Danny DeVito or Dr. Dudu going to be the person that is the person that like ends this? Like is he the hero? Or because I think we got away from the Terminator aspect of it a little bit by adding in the Ninja Turtles, because it does definitely feel like it's going to be like an action thing, or like a kind of like a lighthearted thing, or like I guess like a superhero thing opposed to this robot villain. So I guess we need to make Danny DeVito like the one that I think Turd Man Ate Her needs to go crazy. Oh my God, perfect.
Yeah.
There's going to be like a time jump where he runs off because he's scared of himself, right? So Turd Man Ate Her goes up to, they're snuggling in bed, right? So imagine this. Turd Man Ate Her and April are just kind of like rolling in bed, kissing and stuff, and they roll over, and I know it's getting a little hot in here. And Turd Man Ate Her rolls over, and he's like, you know what? I have to go. I'm getting too powerful. I'm getting too strong. And April O'Neil like rolls over, and she like is like picking off the corn off of him. And she's like, honey, what do you mean? Like you're so important to me. You have to stay here, with us Ninja Turtles and all that other stuff. And he's like, no, I must run off. I'm too powerful. So he runs off, and he finds himself in the jungle. And he tries to live a better life. He tries to get away from it all and tries to be like, whatever. But then he finds a bat, and then he's like interested, and he like goes up to it and starts, looking at it. And then he steps in the bat's droppings. And that kicks it off, and he has like an adverse reaction to the dropping. And then he just basically goes batshit crazy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a bat like for baseball. It's
No.
like, what are droppings from bats? Okay, sorry, continue.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I think you have my mentality, because I always think about baseball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, are you putting in your career here into this movie?
Well, okay. How about this? He doesn't go to the jungle. He just goes to a baseball diamond, and there's this person playing, and he just realizes everything. He gets hit by the baseball, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'm mad now." Then he goes batshit crazy. So that still applies. But I like the jungle thing, because he kind of goes off, and he kind of disappears, and he kind of becomes like a Rambo part, or like a thing, and then he has to come back in order to prove himself. Or actually, no, he would have been going batshit crazy. So it's kind of like I guess this is more like a King Kong kind of thing. Like, it looks like Beauty killed the Beast, or isn't that whatever it is? Yeah. So yeah.
Does he come back to get revenge then, or on the Doctor and on April, or?
I don't know if he has anything against them. Maybe he tries to go after Schwarzenegger because he birthed him, and it's like.
That's right. We haven't really. Yeah, he hasn't been brought in yet.
Yeah.
Huh.
Just and I think the important thing, like in my mind's eye right now, like as soon as we said that, we haven't really talked about that. I think the opening shot should just be like a very close up angle of a toilet seat, like kind of like an artistic angle, and it just kind of holds there, and then you just see somebody's bare butt go on there. And then you just hear like, and then it kind of goes down. And while the turd is doing, it's gonna be hand animated, like hand drawn, like this title sequence, and it's just gonna be going while the music's playing, and it's gonna be going through, and it's gonna go through the radiated area, and then it's gonna plop out. So that's kind of how the beginning, the very first shot, it's gonna be animated. So we need to look into that, guys. So yeah. So I just wanted to make sure I get that out. So yeah. So then he goes crazy. He comes back. I think he does need to definitely go after Schwarzenegger, because he thinks that's how you end it, I guess.
Do you think maybe Schwarzenegger's maybe the Doctor's son, and like it's gonna be like the Doctor trying to just defend his. Doctor doesn't really hate Turd Man, but he's got to defend, family.
I think he doesn't hate him, but I think he has
but
a lot.
He wants to destroy him.
Yeah, he has a lot of feelings towards him, for sure. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to kind of tie this in with, because so at the beginning we did say Schwarzenegger should be the one that deals the final blow, right? Do you want to do it that way?
Push.
Okay. Would you say that he wipes him out?
That's gotta be.
Yes.
That's gotta be like the last line, like right before Turd Man, meets his demise. Someone says that to him.
He's been wiped out.
Or maybe someone says that to Arnold right before he does it, like, wipe him out.
Wipe him out.
Maybe like that's a swing away, like kind of like in thing.
Signs?
The signs.
Yeah.
Just wipe him out. Dead.
Okay, well, on that note, do you think that throughout the movie we're going to get flashbacks to something very tragic that happened to Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because that's what happened in Signs, right? Spoilers, but I won't say anything further behind that. But like, there's like that tragic story about what happened, and it just kind of says, swing away, swing away, right? So I think something's probably going to happen. We'll say something happens to Dr. Dedu that makes it so it's like a tragic thing, and he knows that like wipe away is very important to him. So so while it plays here, we're going to just rip straight off of Signs and then just have it so when that final confrontation happens, Dr. Dedu says,
like a flashback.
Yeah.
Like, wipe him out.
Yeah, wipe him out. Wipe away. Okay. So where would the final confrontation be? Where should it be? Like, where should the final, like,
maybe back in the reactor to get him back to normal size. It's just a small, it's still in the shape and still could like walk and talk, and do stuff like Arnold, but it's just now normal sized Turd. So he's just kind of now just like a pet.
like an action figure.
Yeah, like a live action figure.
Craption figure.
And when they say wipe them out, so is that someone with a paper towel or something, or toilet paper, or how's he actually gonna die here or be gone?
Get pushed maybe back into the reactor to shrink him. Maybe they.
Yeah, I can see him getting pushed into like a reactor, and then him he gets pushed, so he's smaller now. He's not, I wouldn't say he's necessarily action figure size. Let's say he's like, let's just say Danny DeVito sized. And he they kick him into the reactor, and it's like this big glowing green thing or something. And he just kind of pops open, right? Not pops open, but like he just does like the, Da Vinci's The Man kind of pose. And he's just kind of, thing. And he starts like crackling green. And it just keeps like sparkling and sparkling. And then he just like goes, ah! And then he just explodes. And as soon as he explodes, we cut to everybody's face, and it just gets flecked with poop. Like just like little flecks here and there.
Like a really close up, like a raindrop splashing on something.
Yes.
Off their cheeks, and yeah.
Well, let's say that happens to everybody except for, let's just say April O'Neil. Let's just say her. Except everybody gets little flecks, and then she just gets like an onslaught, like somebody opened up a fire hydrant, just full force, and she flies back, and that's where the horror comes in.
And then maybe could it be like leave something open for a sequel with her, maybe, or
Yeah,
well,
I can see that.
Maybe.
What about the title Turd Man Ate Her? So who did he eat? Was it April or was it another woman?
Yeah, it's funny because we got away from that because if Turd Man is actually eating a bunch of poop throughout this entire thing, so he's going around eating poop, but we just basically, the title Turd Man Ate Her is basically like the romance variant of the name. It's just like Turd Man Ate Her. It's like, oh, okay. This makes it into like a naughty film or something like that.
Yeah.
So okay, well then let's add an addendum to that. So let's say he does go crazy and then he comes back. The reason that they have to stop him, in addition to him getting bigger, I would say we can probably scale back the comedic effect of how big he gets until very end, or at the very end. But
Mhm.
upon his return during like Act 2, the beginning of Act 2, I guess, he would come back, and that's when the problem starts kicking off, because you have the setup in Act 1, and then that's where he leaves for the jungle. There's that little time jump, and then when he comes back, he realizes that the power of him just eating all the crap in the city is not going to do him any good. So he needs to eat more. So he ends up eating somebody, and they already have crap inside of them, right? Because he normally preys on restaurants, I would assume. Kind of just like lurks in the back room.
Like sucked him through the toilet, maybe.
Yeah.
Like from the sewer. Like.
Yeah,
he's able to suck the poo out of people's butts. Is that what we're saying?
Well, I think that's a little bit grosser. I was gonna say he comes out of the toilet and then just like eats them, but if you want to do that too.
Well, if he really needs energy or something, like, and he sees his foe standing there, he could just like kind of more like go into sludge on the ground and then zip over to them and then up their butts and grab what he needs.
He could do that. He at this point, maybe he decides that he likes the taste of women more. Like he likes the taste of like women's flesh more. So that's why he specifically goes after women.
I don't think we have to go that far
weird.
into that.
Well, it's called Turd Man Ate Her, right? So
I know.
how is that the far-fetched part?
Yeah.
I thought you meant he likes women's poo more.
No,
Yeah.
I try to make sure that was clear. I
Okay.
mean, he wants to go and eat. He eats people. So maybe he decides that eating women tastes better or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could always cut that out, but then we'd have Turd Man ate everybody, and that doesn't make much sense.
That's true.
So we have the big confrontation at the end. They fight. He gets wiped out. What would Turd Man Ate Her's name be, or last words be? Would they be I come from crack, or would it
I came from crack.
I came from crack?
Could it be a gesture like the thumbs up, but
See poo later.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just say he says all of that at the same time. But so we basically have like the full structure of the film, right? So is there anything else that we can have? I guess if we were to have a sequel, if you wanted to go off of the second one, that might be a little bit, April O'Neil would definitely take the lead role. Maybe her son would be Edward Turdlong, and he would be the one that kind of becomes friends with the. I mean, are we gonna introduce time travel? Like, is that gonna be a thing? Like, how does he come back in the second one?
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't remnants of him left. What if April just snuck some of him home to try to read? She couldn't bear it.
Just scooped out a bunch of his midsection beforehand.
put it in her purse.
Well, she got splashed the worst, right? So she
That's
had a
true.
bunch on her.
That's true.
Oh, so she got splashed, but she kept some in her mouth for later or something.
Or some under her fingernails that she didn't clean out.
She doesn't want to like talk to anyone. Like they're asking, why aren't you talking to us? And she's just like, I gotta go home. Or it's like she just makes a gesture not to talk to her. She runs home.
So she cultivates a son then, but then okay, because they were rolling around in bed, and does that mean that's when she got pregnant? And then when she had the leftover remains of him, she turned that into more of him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Okay, so then maybe the remnants of him kind of get the same age. They kind of grow together at the same time, and that kind of kicks off their adventure. Then, what's a alternate to Skynet? Because we need that.
Oh, it maybe be the facility that. What if we find out like this was someone pulling strings and they were just watching it all happen? Whoever ran the reactor or something.
Is it Open Flynet? Yeah. So then they would do that. There's somebody that's pulling the strings, and we kind of see that being played out, and then based off of the first one, which is definitely, absolutely, unequivocally the horror version of this movie, right? And then the second one would be the more actiony version of it, and then people would like different versions of it, and then there will be like 5 or 6 more sequels, and it's
maybe do one where it's April just trying to make him feel like a normal person and just kind of going through daily routine of like people picking on him and stuff and telling him to get over it.
So
like a drama later on, yeah.
Just becomes like just a straight like tearjerker drama.
Yeah.
Like a pooping of age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could see that happening. Yeah. Just then you can spawn off different genres and stuff. Like have like a musical, a poozical.
Just like Cats. It's like
Craps.
dancing poos. Yeah, Craps.
and it's all to scale too, just like that movie. So there's just like little turds jumping around toilets and stuff. It just every scene starts off with like very clean environments. By the end of the song, it's just filthy.
It's like the microphones are barely working. Just like muffled because
and then a guy walks in and is just like disgusted. Just like, what went on in here?
It's everywhere. Oh man.
God.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think that's really good. I think we have like the foundation of something that's incredible. And I think a lot of people will flock to this. I think if somebody were to make this into a film, I think first off it would have to be all live action, and I guess either practical effects, costume, or stop motion. What do you think it should be for Turd Man Ate Her specifically? Just like the Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you think it's Arnold in a costume, or do you think it's like just all special effects used with trickery of lens, or do you think it's like a hand motion, stop motion kind of thing? We could do CGI, but that takes away from the fecal matter.
Mm-hmm. Stop motion with real turds.
Oh, so it's like a collection of turds that they kind of smush together from the stop motion studio.
Actors kind of trying to get into the part as much as possible, so we get the actors there in the part.
Yeah, everyone involved in the movie just poos in the same toilet, and so that's how they collect it, or into a bucket or something. So they just collect everyone's poop as it goes along.
Make sure they get them into character that way. Directors do that. They'll really push the actors. I hear.
Yeah, but you don't want to push your actors too hard because you might get like a hernia or something, or like Well, that's gross. So, but yeah, so yeah, those are great ideas for anybody that's willing to create those for us, because we're lazy and don't want to do it. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. We covered some ground, some poo covered ground. I would like to make sure that it's very clear that the next one is not going to be all shit focused. It's not going to be all poo focused, and it's not going to always revolve around that. But I think there are some times when we might end up having more characters that are covered in poop. Who knows? You know, it could be the next comedy. Maybe it's just like maybe it's in the same universe, the Pooniverse. And yeah, who knows? But next time we'll be able to do different genres, different types of things, different kind of variables, different things. We're going to gamify it a little bit to make it a little bit more fun for everybody that's involved, recording it and everything. But hopefully it's as fun as it is to listen as it was to record. Did you guys have fun doing this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
Good. That sounded super sincere from the both of you. I had fun. But yeah, we hopefully we'll have another one sometime soon here, and then hopefully we'll be on to bigger and better ideas that people can steal from. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'm going to end this recording starting
Wipe him out.